All right, John Oakes here with HANKSTERS Hot Rods here in our Homer City location. And today we've got our newest addition to our inventory, this being a 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. And this is actually a true SS Super Sport Camaro. So on the body tag, once we get to that point, you'll see that it's coded as an X55. That does signify that this is a real SS Camaro. So just letting you know up front. So as we do with all of our cars, we've got it up on the lift here. We're going to go through the underside of this car before we get it down off of the lift for you. So what we're looking at here at the back of the car, first to start off with, stock fuel tank in excellent shape here. You've got all the straps here, the mounting straps, the insulators between the strap and the tank. That's all in good shape. All the mounting hardware, the bolts and so forth, all in excellent condition. From what I can tell from underneath the car here, looking at the trunk pan itself, I can see that it's all nice and solid, good one-piece trunk floor pan here. Now across the back end here, we've got a set of BF Goodrich radial TA tires. These are 255/60 R15 tires. Those are mounted on a set of Weld Racing aluminum wheels. That's what you have on all four corners, is the Weld Racing aluminum wheels. Inside of the wheel here, as far as braking power for on the rear of the car, we do have a set of drum brakes. We've got multi-leaf rear suspension. We've got QA1 adjustable rear shocks on this car, a GM 12-volt rear end, and this is a posi unit. And then of course, you can see the big tailpipes, mandrel bent 3-inch exhaust tubing the whole way up through. They've got these tailpipes run really good here and exiting out where most of them do, between the quarter panel and that leaf spring back here. All right, now here we are in the center of the car. So again, take a look at things like the floors and the exhaust system. What we have here, again, if you look at the rocker panels on this car, very good condition here. No holes, there's no rust whatsoever on this car. All of your pinch welds are just like they should be from the factory. The floors, good, solid, one-piece floors. There's no patching on this car whatsoever. No holes, nothing. Everything, all the stock stamped steel components like it should be. The sub frame rails up here, you can see those are nice and square and straight on both sides here. And again, the body bushings up underneath too are not squashed, they're not cracked, they're very good condition. Now as far as the exhaust system on this car goes, again, they've done a really nice job with this. You've got the ceramic coated long tube headers going back into your 3-inch exhaust. Now you'll see right back here, we've got a set of electric exhaust cutouts. So I'm sure up in the interior of the car, there's going to be either a button or a switch that you can activate these so that the exhaust does not run out through the tailpipes. It'll actually exit out right here, give you a lot more deeper throat or rumble. Of course, sometimes that can be a little obnoxious to other people. So again, it's on an electric switch so that you can run it both ways if you want. Again, all 3-inch mandrel bent exhaust tubing, excellent condition. Got the H pipe here, and then these are a set of Flowmaster mufflers, these big tube style mufflers. Again, gives it a nice deep throaty sound anyways, but again, you had the option with those cutouts. Now as far as the transmission goes, this is a turbo 350. It's got a derail transmission pan on it. It's kind of a fabricated pan. It's got the cooling tubes in it, so it helps keep that transmission fluid nice and cool. Also, there are lines run to the front of the car, and it's got a separate transmission cooler on it as well. Now the tail shaft mount or cross member back here, that's in excellent shape, good and straight here. And the actual urethane bushing up here that supports that is in excellent condition as well. As we can see up here too, I always want to point out that our cars have the flywheel covers on them. Now this car is dressed up pretty well under the hood, and they followed that up with some of the stuff underneath here too. So we've got a chrome dust shield here on our flywheel for the cover. That helps keep that dirt and debris out of there. And then we've also got this chrome oil pan here too on the engine. So again, they've done a really nice job underneath this car as well as up top. All right, and here we are now finally underneath the front end of our 69 Camaro SS. Now again, we just go side to side on this, and I'll point out to you what we've got. So again, up front, they've elected to go with the skinnier tire look on the front end of this car. So it's still 15-inch weld racing aluminum wheels. Now these are the 165 R15 tires up front. Then we've got inside of that disc brakes. Now this is a power brake car, power steering car as well. So power front disc brakes. You've got all the stock suspension components up front here, the lower and upper control arms on the front end. This does have a front sway bar there also to help link the front corners together, give you a little better response as far as cornering and handling there. Now this does have QA1 shocks up front as well as what it did in the back. So again, all matching components there. All of your sway bar components, your sway bar end links, your chassis bushings and so forth, those are all in excellent shape. All new hardware on that stuff too, as you can see up here. Now as far as the front cross member, it's in good condition too. Your main cross member and then your most forward cross member here, those are in good condition as well. Tie rods back here, those look to be fairly new. All the rubber dust boots are all intact the whole way across the front end there. And again, that's good because again, it keeps the grease in, keeps the dirt and debris out. Just GM calipers up front, so again, you'll be able to replace those, any components, calipers or brake shoes, by going to any auto parts store. You can get all those components there. Now again, other things that I can see from underneath the front end here, we've got these braided lines coming from the transmission. Again, this is going to your transmission cooler up front here, which is mounted just ahead of the radiator. We've got an aluminum radiator here too in the car, dual electric cooling fans. This car, again, you'll see all of the chrome and polished aluminum stuff underneath the hood, but I'm looking right now at chrome pulleys on this thing. The frame up front, as I said, just as straight and square as can be. And that's really about it to go over for the underside. So we can go ahead and get this thing down off of the lift now, and then we'll be able to show you how nice this thing is, and then get ready when we open the hood, because you're going to probably need a good pair of sunglasses when we open that up for you. Alright, now that we've got our 69 Camaro SS down off of the lift, we can go around the outside of it now here and show you exactly how nice this car is top to bottom. Again, as I mentioned, according to the trim tag on this car, it is an X55 coded car, which means it is a super sport Camaro. So again, nice, beautiful blue paint on this car, very nice and shiny and smooth the whole way around this car. Sides are laser straight on this car too. You will not find any ripples or waves whatsoever on this car. Again, it is a 69. Now they've kept the sides of this car looking very clean. They didn't do any of the emblems on the car or any of the accenting. They've just got the wheel lip moldings and of course the drip rub moldings on the car. So again, your front fender is very clean. Your turn signal lenses themselves are all in good shape. The bezels around there look to be all new on this car. Very nice and shined up here. Again, there's no pitting or anything on any of the chrome on this car. Your bright wheel lip moldings, all four corners of the car. As we mentioned before, we've got the 15-inch weld racing aluminum wheels, all four corners. Of course, we got the skinnier wheels up front here with the 165 R15 tires on them. Again, that was just the look they were going for. Again, panel fitment on this car too is really good as well. So you'll see our doors here, your gaps on the front and then the gap on the back side of the door here. Pretty uniform front to back. And again, as you look down the side, elevation looks to be real good on this side too. Now all of your bright work, your trim work around the windows, around, up and around your drip rail molding here too. Again, all of that is in very good condition, nice and straight. You don't see any dents or dings in the drip rail moldings or in the strip, the trim strips here around the window. The glass also in excellent shape. There's no cracks, there's no chips in the windshield whatsoever. As we come back to the side of the car, let's do what we always do, and we'll just open up the door here real quick. The interior of this car is just as nice as the rest of it too. All black vinyl interior, bucket seats, headrests, black carpeting, black dash, black headliner, black door panels. Again, everything black, and everything looks to be fairly new, if not new, on this car. All your weather stripping around the doors are in excellent shape. So again, sealing up from the elements not going to be an issue on this car. We'll go inside here a little later, take a more detailed look at the inside. Door closes nice and easy, so again, the fitment's good. We've got mirrors on both the driver's side and over on the passenger side of this car. And then, like I said, they kept the sides of the car very clean. So again, where you're, what I like to call those sharp gill accents that go in here, those are not on the car. But again, body looks really good. Metal is all in excellent shape. Again, like I said, the dripper or the wheel lip moldings, the 15-inch weld racing wheels, and then on the back side here, these are BF Goodrich tires, 255/60 R15s on the back. And then of course we got the trunk spoiler back here, your side marker bezel and lens in excellent condition. All right, now we're moved around the back side of the 69 Camaro SS here. We'll just kind of start, we'll work our way from the the rear glass right on down here. So again, that bright work, that trim, the molding around the glass there, you can see how nicely polished up and how nice a condition that is. Again, there's no dents or dings, no bends in it whatsoever. Nice and straight the whole way around that glass, and the glass itself is in excellent condition. No chips, no cracks obviously in the glass there. So again, all that stuff's nice. Now as far as the panel right below the rear glass, that is excellent too, nice and smooth. Again, the paint back here the whole way around the car, nice, shiny and smooth. All of where the panels come together on the car, those are excellent as far as the body work goes and as far as the paint goes. You couldn't ask for it to be any better here. The trunk lid itself, fitment on there, your gaps side to side and around the front edge of the trunk here are excellent. Your elevations are pretty good on the trunk lid too. Again, like I said, you got that rear trunk spoiler. Paint on that is in good shape too. Tail panel painted same color as the car. Your tail lights back here, the bright work on these, the bezels, those are in excellent shape. The lenses also on your tail lights are in excellent condition. There's no chips, no cracks in any of the lenses back here whatsoever, so those are real good. Of course, you've got the SS emblem back here right in the center of the tail panel. That's the only emblem that's on this whole entire car. So like I said, they tried to keep it nice and neat as far as the rest of the body went. Nice, brightly polished chrome bumpers back here, both on the rear and up front on the car. Just your regular rear lower valance down there, but again, the paint on that even is in excellent condition. We'll go ahead and pop our trunk. You can see that the trunk lock actually works. The underside of the trunk painted just the same blue as what the exterior of the car is. Your weather stripping around the trunk here looks to be all brand new. There's no chips or cracks or tears in any of it. Nice and soft, so again, it's going to seal up just fine from the elements. As far as the trunk pan itself and trunk floor, that's in excellent shape. All solid metal, all one piece. Nothing's been patched in here. The drain plugs are in here also. So again, that whole entire trunk area is in really nice condition. The spring that helps hold the trunk lid up, it's working perfectly as it should. So again, everything back here is very nice. So we'll go ahead and close this up, and then we'll go ahead to the passenger side of the vehicle, and then we'll end up at the front. And now that we're here on the passenger side, again, this will be done real quickly. Everything's going to be the same as the other side, so just opposite sides of the car. So again, no trim work or accents to really speak of. Just have your wheel lip moldings here. Again, we've already mentioned those, the drip rail moldings, the bright ones. No dents or dings in any of that, all nice and straight stuff. We've already mentioned the 15-inch weld racing wheels, the 255/60 R15 BF Goodrich radial TAs. It's on the back of this car. Panel fitment again, really good on this side. Your gaps front and back, very uniform on here. Elevations are really good on this too. And again, just like I mentioned on the other side, when you look down the side of this car, it's laser straight. There's no ripples, no waves whatsoever. Already mentioned that it has the mirrors both sides. We saw the one over on the driver's side. You've got a matching mirror over here on the passenger side. If we open our door up over here, again, just to take a look like we did on the other side, weather stripping the whole way around the door is excellent condition. Probably all new stuff there. Even your door jamb U-seals are in good shape. The door sill plates or threshold plates, those are in excellent shape too. Probably new stuff, shined up really nice, good and straight. Again, black carpeting, all the black vinyl interior. Automatic center console in this car. Again, this thing is very nice inside and out. Let's go ahead and close the door up. Shuts pretty good. As far as the weather stripping goes, up around the top of the door, that looks really good too. Again, probably all new stuff here, because again, I see no cracks or tears or any pieces missing out of it. Looks to be real good, soft stuff. So again, probably all new seals. And then as we work our way to the front, again, the front fenders, you will see no emblems whatsoever on this. Very clean look. Again, the wheel lip moldings, the 15-inch wheels, those 165 R15 tires up front. Again, I've already mentioned they've gone with that narrower wheel and tire up front. That was the look they were going for in this car. And all of your side marker lights and the bezels are in excellent shape too. There's no pitting on any of the finish on these, and your lenses are in excellent shape here. Now, as you can see right here, we do have a cowl induction hood. It's all steel, and it's a 2-inch cowl induction hood. And we'll take a better look at that too from the front side here as well. But as far as the sides go, we're all done there. We'll come around to the front end now and take a look at the front. All right, we've made it 360 degrees around this car. We're now back at the front end of the car, and you can see I mentioned that all steel 2-inch cowl induction hood here. Paint is just perfect on this thing. If you look at the gaps the whole way up the sides on both sides, very uniform side to side. Even your gaps around the front side and on the back side of the hood, those are very uniform too. Now as far as the front grille area goes on this car, they have gone with the RS front grille along with those hideaway headlights. Very popular look. A lot of guys love that look of that front end. So they've gone with that on this particular car. Nicely polished up chrome front bumper there. You've got your parking lights down underneath the bumper there, just as they should be in that lower valance. So we can go ahead, like I said, there's no emblems to speak of on this car except for the SS emblem on the tail panel. So we'll go ahead now, we're gonna open up our hood, and we're gonna take a look at what's underneath here. As I mentioned before during our underside video, this thing, you may need a pair of sunglasses to view the engine, but we'll do our best with what we've got. So as we open up the hood, you can see the underside, they've just gone with the black underside to match up with the inner fenders and the cowl, so all black underneath here. And again, a lot of shiny stuff under this hood. First, let's just mention, we've got a 383 cubic inch small block Chevy stroker engine in this car. So again, it's a 350 block, but they've done the stroker kit on it. So you've got a much more stout running engine now. But again, not so much that you can't take it out on the street and cruise around with it. It's very streetable power. So again, you've got a K&N air filter on top, so that's a reusable element. You just wash it out, reuse it. You've got a Holley 4-barrel dual feed carburetor on this. Now this does not have an electric choke on it, so it may take a while if it's a little colder outside to start it up and give it a little extra time to warm up there. But again, it runs very good. As you can see, the top of the motor here, we've got a polished aluminum Edelbrock RPM air gap intake. So that's going to help disperse that fuel to the cylinders as it should. We've got chrome valve covers. They're chrome Chevrolet valve covers with breathers in both valve cover. We've got a set of aluminum heads, and we've got ceramic coated long tube headers. Again, we saw those on the underside video too, but again, they are here. All heater lines are hooked up, and then the whole front part of this motor is just shiny stuff galore. So you've got a chrome alternator, you've got a polished aluminum water pump, you've got a chrome power steering reservoir, chrome pulleys on this thing everywhere. Again, all heater lines are hooked up. You've got the braided lines coming from the transmission up to your transmission cooler. The aluminum radiator there is going to help keep everything nice and cool. And then also to help out, they've got a set of dual electric cooling fans on this thing. So again, it's very efficient too as far as cooling and heating and everything. I have already mentioned power brakes, power steering as well. Optima red top battery, so it's got the power to start it. It's got, as far as your ignition goes, you've got an MSD distributor with the MSD 6AL box back there. So you've got probably a more potent spark back there. It's being delivered through a set of Taylor Spyro Pro 8mm plug wires into those aluminum heads, which again, you're getting fuel dumped through that Polycarb, through the Edelbrock intake, down through the head. So again, everything's going to burn and combust and give you lots of power on this particular car. With that said, we're all done under the hood. We can shut the hood now. We're going to go ahead and we'll fire that up for you here in a little bit. That way you get to hear how well and healthy this motor sounds. Also in the meantime, we're going to go inside in the interior of the car, take a more detailed look at that, and then we'll be all done for you. Right, here we are now inside our 69 Camaro SS, and as I've mentioned already before, this thing is just beautiful inside and out and underside too. But again, yeah, now you get to see a little better the interior of the car. So again, all the door panels, they look to be brand new on this car. So all black door panels. You've got the bucket seats up front with the headrests here. We've got front seat belts here as well, both sides. You've got the factory automatic center console with the horseshoe shifter. You also have that gauge package on the center console here as well. Now this gauge package includes your battery gauge, the water temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and the oil pressure gauge. Now again, this is all factory dash, so nothing out of the ordinary here. We do have the factory 120 mile an hour speedometer and a factory in-dash tachometer as well. You've got sport style steering wheel here, again, real nice condition here. And as far as the steering column goes, it does have a tilt column on it as well. You've got the factory heater controls in the dash as well, and they have updated the radio in this car. Now there's been no modifications made, but you can purchase a unit from a company called Retro Sound. That's the name brand of this radio, Retro Sound, AM, FM radio. It's all digital, but yet it retains the stock appearance and stock location of your normal radio. Black carpeting looks to be all new too. There's no fading, no rips or tears in any of the carpeting. I've already mentioned the door sill or threshold plates. Those are in excellent shape too, polished up nice. Again, the dash pad itself, the whole way across, all new. There's no cracks in any of this. So again, this car, probably everything's been replaced on it, I would have to say. You've even got the little grab handle up here right above the dash, or the glove box here. So all of this in excellent shape. Again, I don't think you're going to find an issue with any of this car. It's a beautiful car, lots of power, good drive line. Metal is great on this car, and like I said, glass, trim work, everything, just top notch in this car. So with that said, that's everything for today. You can contact us if you have any questions about this vehicle or any other vehicle in our inventory. Just give us a call, even shoot us an email. All of our contact info is made available to you through all of our videos and photos, and you can see all of that on our website at www.hanksters.com.